Psalm 15, 1 through 5 says, O Lord, who may abide in your tent? Who may dwell in your holy hill? He who walks with integrity and works righteousness and speaks truth in his heart. He does not slander with his tongue, nor does he do evil on his neighbor, nor does he take reproach against his friend, in whose eyes a reprobate is to be despised, but who honors those who fear the Lord. He swears to his own hurt and does not change. He does not put out money at interest, nor does he take a bribe against the innocent. He who does these things will never be shaken. Well, if you're joining us in reading through this 6-month reading plan, today we're reading Psalms 14 and 15, and I encourage you to read that passage. Well, there's no place in the Old Testament which is clearer than the 5 verses of Psalms 15 concerning how a righteous person is to live. I would even venture to say that there's no place in the New Testament either that's stronger than this psalm. So let's just take a few moments to evaluate the characteristics of someone who is holy and righteous before God. Verse 2 is a summary of the characteristics of the righteous person. This person walks with integrity. He or she speaks and does the truth. Now, what he or she says can be taken for gospel, if you will. Their bond is their word, and their lives display that integrity. Because of the integrity, they work righteous deeds. Now, we as Protestants tend to downplay the necessity of the works of righteousness in our lives. We're focused predominantly on the faith aspect of our walk and say things as like works come naturally after salvation. While works may come after salvation, they don't necessarily come naturally. It's difficult to live a life looking at how we can positively affect others' lives. It takes work and training to be able to spot those things that we can do without asking and without pushing ourselves on someone else. It's been said that the best Christian is that anyone who sees you. That means that we do everything in our power through our leading of the Holy Spirit to make our witness, to make our lives reflect in the Christ. This is what we have. If we are living for ourselves, we're living a life of unrighteousness rather than a life of righteousness. And finally, we need to speak the truth in our heart. And what does that actually look like? What it means is to live the truth that we teach. Many people talk a fine game, but that's all it is to them, just a game. Well, in the 60s, there was a group called the Chad Mitchell Trio, and they sang a song entitled Super Skier. The opening stanza went something like this. Well, they called him Super Skier as he sat around the sun deck and swore that he would never take a spill. Well, when they finally brought him down, they had to use 3 toboggans to carry all the pieces off the hill. This person talked a good game, but his life did not reflect what he could actually do. In reality, he was a disaster. Is that what our life is like? Are we a walking disaster, or are we one who walks with integrity, works righteousness, and speaks truth in our heart? And if you would like a PDF copy of this entire reading plan, please send an email to phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.